going on, guys? Getting real close to that 20th. Oh, you can see like my bootleg camera setup over here on a stack of books. But yeah, getting real close to that 20,000 subscribers setup. I don't know why I turned it. You don't really have to turn it for this kind of stuff. I can just do one of these dealies here. What a glitch mod. Alright, the funny thing about this is, I can go to my dashboard though, and it has me at actually, I think I wasn't supposed to show that. You can go to that thing, and it winds up going way higher than the social. Yeah, pop 13 in there. But Social Blade gives me one of those, which is cool. We can chill for a little bit. What's going on, guys? I'm actually like, I have a question. I don't know if any of you guys know how this works. What up, Izzy? What up, Running Doll? Quinoa? Lucid Theming? EX? This week has been fucking wild. Let me see who else is here. Dominic, Complex Z, Copper Games, Velkun, Play Some PC. Thank all you guys for hanging out with me. And, dude, it's been a fucking crazy week. I had no idea I would get that close in so little of time. But anyway, one thing I did want to ask, like I'm talking about like opening up a merch store. I want to print some shirts, and I don't want to do print to order shirts because I'm very like, when it comes to the kind of stuff I wear, even though this is like a regular screen print on Gildan that I have on right now, my dude isn't fit for an autopsy. Glitch mod, I do like Glassjaw. But anyway, one thing that I want to open up a merch store, and well, I want to print a couple t-shirts. I don't want to do a print to order because I'm really, really picky about the kinds of materials I print on, the kinds of, like, the quality of the print, and I feel like you don't really get that with like a Cafe Press or a Teespring or anything like that. So, like, I do have the Spreadshirt for the mugs, because I feel like mugs, it's like a different issue with quality. But anyway, oh no, I have like, basically like the idea for the shirt design. I want to do like one like athletic style design, and I want to do something that's kind of like a metal shirt. Like kind of like the Dia side of the Sepultura shirt that I rocked a few, where it's just like the logo and you have like some sleeve prints. And that's another thing that you can't really do on those sites. You can't do proper sleeve prints. So I want to have it just right. I'm really picky with that. But what happens with that issue is I don't want to expose my home address, and a PO box is really expensive. So I don't know. What I might look into is UPS has this thing. Actually, let me turn the notifications and shit off. I forget that's like really annoying when you're doing a mobile stream. Let's see who else just came in here. Danny Dearest, you've been watching me for a long time. I saw like a bunch of people were blowing up a comment you left in an old video that like popped recently. Someone had said something about the Reddit mystery. Oh, Vushifi. Alicia, thank you. Jack Werzer, thanks. Well, thanks for coming here. Physical Flip, yeah, dude, 16K a few days ago. That momentum, like, it was weird. Like, kind of like, I fizzled out a little bit, and I was like, alright, like, it's like, you can't, like, maintain crazy momentum all the time, but then it popped right back up, because the Reddit video wound up going and exploding. Brent Revised, yeah, I only have, it's funny for me to say only 20k, like, you're saying only 20k, because, like, this growth I've had is very, very recent. At the beginning of the month, I had, like, 8,000, 7,000. So it just kind of, like, it was sudden momentum that came out of nowhere. Basically, the Taylor Swift video that I made, that one, like, popped, like, really fucking hard. In no small part due to, like, the fact that, like, Anthony Fantano shared it, and then his audience is, like, the perfect crossover audience for that kind of video, because it's music fans who are, in large part, 4chan fans, and then, or 4chan users, rather, and then it, as luck would have it, that video popped and was like ranking for searching for her name, like just as she released the new fucking song. And then in addition to that, it's a part of a series, and people who like that wind up like catching. And I'm sure this explains like how some of you guys found me. You just like wind up watching the Taylor Swift video, but then you check out the rest of the series, and then the rest of the series pops. And then I noticed like more and more momentum came, and now that the Reddit video was popping. Thanks, Deaf Die. Nolan Dark has asked me if traps are gay. I feel like that debate. And we're back. I don't know what the fuck happened. The whole app crashed. I guess that's a hang-up of mobile streaming. Guess that's how it goes. Let's see who's in here now. Everybody must just like bailed. No, you guys are all still here with me. Cool. Very nice. But I know that, yeah, like the app crashed as soon as I went to answer that "Are traps gay?" thing. And now here I'm gonna give you the perspective of a person who you know, I remember the origin. Some of you might not know this, where like the fucking trap thing comes from. Now basically there's a meme where it's like, I think it might have been on Fark. I'm 100% sure it was on Fark before it was on 4chan. And it was basically like, someone will, you know, they would post a trans person, or not a trans person, like a cross-dresser or something, because I think traps like aren't necessarily trans, but they would post that, and then someone would post that Admiral Akbar meme, it's a trap. And that Fark.com, I know, that's a fucking throwback. That's how you know, like, I think what gives me the tales from the internet shit, why I can do that so well, is just like I've been so entrenched in this internet culture for like probably longer than half my audience has been alive at this fucking point. But yeah, so if it's, the question is, are traps gay? Are traps themselves gay? Oh shit, thanks for the super chat, Running Doll. But yeah, so the question of, are chats gay? So it's like, if it's essentially, it's a guy dressed up as a girl, not a trans person, just a guy dressed up as a girl, but trying to appear female. See, the question then is like, when you ask, are traps gay, does that mean that, the trap themselves gay, or the person attracted to the trap is gay? Because I feel like that the answer could be, it's situation dependent. Like, if, say a person is attracted to a trap, and they, like, upon finding out the reality of the situation, they're not into it, then I would say no. If they're still with it, then I would say yeah. But then the trap themselves, it depends on what they prefer. Like, if they just get off on the tricking people aspect on their own, that's like a totally separate fetish. Let me see. Let me call it up. I went on the trap tangent for quite a bit. If the hard drive situation gets updated, will I make another video? Yeah, absolutely. And actually, what happened, yeah, and thanks all you guys for coming in here and congratulating me. I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. The people, that Dr. Raichi guy that I mentioned in the Resident Evil video, that they contacted me. Apparently there were a bunch of other guys. I actually updated the pin post in the Barry video, so I give all those guys credit for their research. And Dr. Raichi told me that they're working on finding the other actors from Resident Evil, and they'll let me know if like anything happens. So there will definitely be an update for that one, if anything were to happen. Let me see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we are almost there, guys. I thought it would at least take like an hour of streaming or so. My plans for the channel, I definitely Definitely going to be doing a lot more of these internet stories. I actually have a few that I'm working on. One of them is a really, really old 4chan story. And one of them is a much more recent YouTube story that's like there's hours and hours and hours of footage of this dude to go through where I'm gonna have to like home in on like individual events that this crazy person did. Like the guy I'm gonna do a video on, I was gonna do it a while ago, but then I just got sidetracked. But there's like, this dude has like a massive epic of fucking shit that went down with him. No, it's not Chris Chan. It's not Chris Chan. I feel like I would like to at some point do a Chris Chan video, but there are other lolcows to do. I also want to do some real life stories. Originally I was going to make the Barry video a real life story. Sassy and opinionated glitch mod. That name sounds really fucking familiar. I think I might have. But yeah, the real life stories, that's one. I'm thinking, I was originally going to call it like the Museum of Shinfu or something like that, but I think I'm just going to call it Tales from IRL. Make Tales from IRL the name of the real life stories thing. Altars of Madness or Scream Bloody Gore. I forgot what those are, but Altars of Madness sounds more familiar to me. Those are albums, right? Those are, that's not Morbid Angel, is it? What is it? Oh yeah, so like the Tales from IRL stories. The Barry one was originally going to be one, but then I felt like, some of the people, like so much of the investigation took place online, and thank you for that super chat again, Glitch Mod, with the Jinx lyrics. By the way, yeah, some of you guys may not know I'm in a band called Jinx. It's that song that Glitch Mod quoted actually. It's the song that's in a lot of my end screens recently. Okay, Internet Historian's pretty cool. I was watching his, what video was it? He was going through Philip DeFranco's secret links. That was a pretty cool video. I just like looked up at the screen to see where we're at. We're at 8 more left. Yeah, so like the Tales from IRL stories, one of them I definitely want to do. There's been a few cases where horror movies, some of them, especially not so much recently, but more in like the 80s and the 90s, they would emerge very gory movies, and sometimes people would get tricked to think they found a snuff film. And there is one case, and I wanted to like find more instances of it because I feel like it may not have been enough to make a whole video on. Like my favorite one is like there's a Japanese series of gore movies, the guinea pig movies. And famously, Charlie Sheen found, I believe it was the second one, A Flower of Flesh and Blood. He found the movie, and he went to the FBI thinking, holy shit, this is a real snuff film that I found. And then they had to like bring in the director and prove that it wasn't a real fucking snuff movie. Let's see, do I like foreign bands at all? Actually, yeah, I do. Like, probably my favorite band of all time is X Japan. Like, I'm into so much weeb shit. Like, X Japan, How much to get me to shave my face now? Jesus Christ. I don't think I would. Like, it's one of those things where, even at, like, certain work things, like, I work a lot as a background actor. And there's some work things where they'll want me to shave, and it's just like not for what a background actor gets paid. I would have to at the very least get principal work with residuals. Oh, there was another question. Oh yeah, Torture Room. Izzy is still a literal cuck. He was actually in the chat before. He had to run because he was like using up his data. That's why a few people were like pushing for like me and Izzy Nobre to do a podcast together, but I couldn't like. There might still be something to that, but I haven't really thought of a specific theme for it yet. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Cereal at 3 a.m. I'm glad you're enjoying the Tales from the Internet series. See, here's the thing. I, like, earlier on the channel, like, I had gotten some, like, good, subscriber bursts from doing a lot of, like, trending news stories and things like that. So I kind of shifted away from the internet stories, even though those were more my favorite thing to do. And then I kind of, like, I've noticed over time, like, looking into my analytics, that even though, you know, the trending stories would, those ones would get more views, the internet stories were way better at getting people to subscribe. And actually, we are to... Oh, by the way, I do like Maximum the Hormone. I saw them live, and it was one of the best live shows I ever went to. Wait, we're 2 away here. Oh, 1 away. Yeah, Maximum the Hormone, I like. Yeah, like, Death Die, if you want to post submissions for Tales from the Internet ideas, definitely go to the Reddit. My Reddit is very, oh shit, we did it. We did it, guys. Hell yeah. Fuck Andio, number 20,000. Thank you for that super chat. Inky just found your channel yesterday. Already love the content. Thank you, dude. Wait a second, did I... Yeah, Serial, you guys, the Tales from the Internet stuff, it's definitely, more, like, I enjoy... Those videos, they're harder to make than, like, you know, just standing in front of the camera and giving my opinion on a news story. But I find it a lot more creatively fulfilling. Even though, like, it just... Yeah, Taeyeon, that would be amazing. 30,000 tomorrow. Yeah, the Slave for C, like, there is... I kind of call this, that genre of YouTube, which I did partake in a lot of it. I kind of call it, I agree with you porn. Where... you have, like, a collection. I'm guilty of doing this too as a viewer and as a creator, where you find a collection of news readers and commentators that you like. What up, Eric Ron? Jessica H. Thanks. Tiago. Jakesta. Yeah, of course, it's always appreciated, B. But yeah, there's like that, I agree with you, the thing I called I agree with you porn. Where you go to certain people, you have like you find these people who say the things that you generally think on certain issues when hot button topics come out. And you already know more or less what their opinion is going to be, but you watch it anyway because it feels good that someone you kind of placed your trust in. It feels good that they agree with you. And it's kind of... there's a weird thing about it where I was just devouring that kind of content for a really long time until like it started to feel repetitive to me. Let's see what... no, like orange juice nipple chat. Yeah. Yeah, yes, that's like 100%. That's what happens. Imagine Mr. Mediker's face reveal. I really like Mediker's content too, and I feel like in the current political landscape of YouTube, I kind of relate to him on a certain level because he's gotten into it with a bunch of people where they're like, you don't stand for anything and blah 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 blah. And he's kind of like that old school internet mentality where it's like I want to enjoy idiots being idiots. Just the classic 4chan mentality of doing it for the lulz. That kind of shit went away from I feel like if any of you guys are old school 4chan users, as soon as that Project Chanology shit happened, all of a sudden people in that scene, they kind of felt like they had to stand for something. We're gonna use our internetness to save the world, and it's like, no. Very lofty ideals. And cracked. I haven't thought about doing that actually, green screening onto my cap. Serial. Wait, let me scroll through this. I think there was a super chat that I missed. I hate like when you see there we go. Inky hates most things. Just found your channel yesterday. Thank you. And Taeyeon, I'm not a PO box right now. I think it's too expensive. Like I was actually for a while, like my stepfather was in some shit and he had to get a PO box and he was letting me use that as like an address for like legal stuff. But I no longer have access to that PO box. I might what I'm looking into, the UPS store has a thing where they allow you to have a real street address through their store. So I might do that when I open up the merch store. And then people, if it works out well, people can send me shit there too. And yeah, I agree with, like, a lot of that anti-SJW crowd came up from the I agree with you porn thing. Hell yeah. Thanks, guys. Oh man, pool's closed due to AIDS. It's an old school one. What was I gonna talk about now? I was gonna like spring something up about oh yeah, Devon Garina. Alright. You know what, I have a few, I was like talking about this before, the internet stories that oh, the music is Streets of Rage 1 soundtrack. Hotline Miami I haven't played yet, but for the preview of the next internet stories I'm working on, one of them, I feel like even like given the description you're gonna know who I'm talking about, but there is actually a lot to this story. There was this girl early on in YouTube that got like, she was a total fucking weeb and got really popular, and there was like a fraction of 4chan that was obsessed with her and another fraction that hated her. And then she went through this shit where she went through Japan and like used some dude to kind of get around to there. It's not Boxy. This is like before. We're talking before Boxy. But yeah, I'm thinking of talking about like she does. I don't know like if she wants this to be brought back up because it seems like she's trying to like make a whole other story, like let's make like a new life that has nothing to do with that past, but it's a hell of a fucking story. I see a lot of guesses coming out too, but you'll see it when you see it. But there's that one, and there's another dude who's a recent YouTube guy that well, he's been the YouTube guy. He makes hours and hours and hours of content every single fucking day. And he's gotten into some weird shit. And the one I want to talk about is this dude who is impersonating him. And it was just like a funny thing because the guy took it so seriously and went through all these steps to prove that he was in fact the real one when it was really just people fucking with him. And expose on No Jumper. That's Adam 22's thing, right? What's up with No Jumper? Let's see, Cyril is. As time goes on and apps and social media websites get more predominant over websites, I wonder if single-owned websites will fade away. Honestly, like, yeah, like, it's weird. Like, I feel like the only reason to have your own website nowadays is SEO purposes. Like, if you have a really well-made website that gets authority in Google and whatnot, and you make it basically like a mini blog for each of your videos, which this is something I attempted to do in the past, but it kind of just got to be too much work. That helps a lot in the search engines, but it's just like for the sake of like driving traffic to your own website, I feel like it's not terribly useful right now. Like, we had one for my band and I feel like it actually hurt us because we were driving people to the website, then trying to drive them to YouTube from the website, and it was just too much investment for someone who wasn't super super into the band. But actually, you know what? That does make me think, like, I do want to make my own website just for, like I said, the SEO purposes. Like, I had a friend who, he does SEO, and he was, like, telling me, like, if you want to basically get the most traffic possible, just, pretty much, like, imitate what Fantano does with his website, where he makes a blog post for every single video that he makes, and his site has, over the years, built up authority, so every link to his videos from his site helps reinforce that. And alright, Corso, the background music is Streets of Rage. And yeah, glitch mod. Everybody likes choking. I've never met someone who was like, no, don't choke me. New Judas Priest album. I haven't listened to it yet. Funny thing about Judas Priest, though, they are the last band who I actually bought a physical album from. Shady Monk. You came from the Sinbad Mandela movies. I still, to this very day, yet another person this morning is telling me, well, you're full of shit, I have the VHS right here. And every single one of these fucking people I tell, alright, if you own the Sinbad Genie movie, that's amazing, upload it, show it to us, and they disappear every fucking time. Devon, I remember the Michelle Obama being, like, transferred. That's, like, more of, like, one of those weird those boomer videos that have the computer voices, where I don't know how everybody in my parents' generation finds those YouTube channels with they all have a robotic voice, and they zoom in on still images. Like, my mother sent me this one saying that, oh my god, they found this picture of Hillary Clinton with a shit stain on her dress, and it was the most obvious Photoshop ever. Shady Monk, that is Streets of Rage going on right now. Let's see. Gnome-ageddon, it took me, I started in May of 2016, so about a year, getting pretty close to 2 years for me to get to 20k subs, and most of that happened this past month. Scientologist. I haven't gotten any copyright claims from using video game background music. The only time that has ever happened was way back when I did a Let's Play of Super Mario World. That one Nintendo monetized based on sound effects, actually. Corso. I'm from Queens, New York. I've always been, like, big on Photoshop and stuff like that, and I play guitar in my band, Jinx. 12-Foot Ninja. I actually, you know what? I have heard of 12-Foot Ninja. Was it? It might have been them. A few months ago, I think my band was supposed to play a show with them, but, like, something fell through. Oh, a few people asking where I'm from. Yeah, Queens, New York. Thanks, Terry Dactyl. Tiago. I think a website is good for people who aspire to be a graphic designer. You know, I actually, like, if you can see from my GeoCities video, that'll show you how outdated my web design skills are. Like, I used to sit there and actually, like, hand code HTML and stuff. What's my favorite YouTube rabbit hole? Why is it Gorilla 199? I'm not familiar with Gorilla 199, Simon O'Brien. Let me see. See how behind I am with reading these chats now. Oh, somebody retracted a message. Hell yeah, Keely. Shawnee Mac, I did not go to He Will Not Divide Us, and I really regret it. You know what? It was one of those things. Like Astoria, it's like where that was is across the street from the theater, and it's close to the studio. Where I work a decent amount actually, but I just never got around to going. I figured it would be there a long time. I figured I would have other chance to, like, join in on the fuckery. I did miss the opportunity to meet Sam Hyde at that fucking thing, which sucks. Oh, Scientologist, yeah, the Beavis and Butthead music on the Genesis. The Super Nintendo version of Beavis and Butthead is so bad, but the Genesis version is so good. Like, the Genesis version of Beavis and Butthead it might be one of the most underrated games. Like, The plot of it is you're trying to get to the Guar concert, and you gotta find tickets. It's a semi-open world with problem solving and shit. Way better than you would expect a Beavis and Butthead game to be. Internet sins. How much did I make from internet sins? I don't think I'm allowed to say technically. And He Will Not Divide Us was in Queens. It was in Astoria, which is... I'm at the other end of Queens. Oh no, I'm totally like doxing myself right now. I don't even fucking care. Like I'll go through the steps to hide my literal fucking address when I make that web store. But at the same time, like I don't really give that much of a shit if people know where I am. But I'm at the other end of Queens, which is almost Brooklyn. So for me to get to He Will Not Divide Us, it would have been like maybe like a 40-minute train ride or so. 40-minute bus ride. Ahinobarbus Henoseed is one of the scariest people on the internet. Was a troll who scared children for the fun of it. That sounds hilarious, to be honest. Simon's got a black metal band, Satanic Necroboner. That's an amazing band name. Thank you, Don Van Dude. The Malaysian Flight 370 voicemail. That sounds interesting. I haven't heard that. Yeah, Death Die. Like, He Will Not Divide Us. It was such a shit show. I think, actually, you know what, the dude, like, not what's his name, not, why am I drawing a blank on this guy's name now? I'm gonna have to scroll down so someone can remind me. Shia LaBeouf. Not Shia LaBeouf, his partner. We were joking about the flag. And, the other guy, like, came to me, like, telling me all this shit about, like, Nazis burning his property and whatnot. And then he came with all this information that, like, was never in the original stories about it. And it was one of those things where a lot of people, it felt like they were trying to smear the entirety of 4chan as Nazis, but it wound up being more complicated than that. Raise, my guitar rig. You know what? Actually, like, I have, like, most of my stuff in my guitar player's, garage. But, like, off the top of my head, what I have, my live setup. I have a Schecter Blackjack, 7-string Blackjack, with blackout pickups. I have two different heads. Usually I use the 6505 live, a Soldano cabinet. I try to keep pedals and stuff to a minimum. Because to me, like, when you play live with pedals, every other pedal and cable you add is another thing that'll go wrong live. Thanks, Tiny Tim. Actually, you know what? Me and my guitar player, Jerry, for you who know him, we were talking about maybe, like, doing, like, a sneaker channel or something on the side. Because some of you who, like, follow me on other social media may have gotten an inkling that I'm into, like, that kind of shit, too. Reddit or 4chan. These days I use Reddit more. I was, like, a super heavy 4chan user from maybe, like, 2004, 2005, and, like, up until basically the Chanology thing. Like, the channel, like, that was kind of, like, to me, like, the beginning of, like, it got a little... People got a little too into, like, the superhero LARPing, and I moved away from it for a bit. I still pop in every once in a while. Actually, I was also, like, a heavy R9K user when that was new. I really liked R9K for a bit. It was, like, to me, R9K felt like a more manageable B. MXR, I haven't tried the full bore metal. I really like the delay pedal from MXR. Big John, can I get facial hair like you one day? You know what? Like, I actually, like, it's patchy, but, like, alright, like, I can't grow a beard, like, over here. It just naturally wants to do a chin strip. The mustache, like, I have a scar in here somewhere. Like, the longer parts just, like, cover it. Line 6 gear, like, I wouldn't use a Line 6 head live, but for just effects, I think they're fine. How Bane posting crashed an airplane IRL, I missed that one. Hell yeah, Keely, get a blue mic. I just ordered a Yeti. It shipped yesterday. It should be coming in time for whenever I do my next video. Like, the next couple are going to take some more research, so it might take a little bit longer. Dips played Dragon Ball Fighters. Do I dig fighting games? I do. I used to be a big Street Fighter guy back in the day. Then I got really into Smash Brothers for a bit, and like people are kind of like, oh, that's not a real fighting game, but it's like different. It's like more. I feel like what I like about Smash Brothers, especially Melee, is that I feel like it's more about adapting and shit than other things. Where I feel like a Street Fighter more of a Capcom type game. It's more of a game of reflexes and being the first, not being the first guy to make a mistake. Thanks for that super chat, Dominic. Oh yeah, iFunny is totally like 4chan. Let me switch soundtracks. We're coming to the end of this one. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, let's do number 2. You know what's funny? I just found out that like the main. Oh hell yeah, that's the fucking jam. Yeah, we're back. Let me see. The Boss Heavy Metal 2. Yeah, I'm not really into distortion pedals, really. Like, I just like a good amp distortion. If you get a... Ooh, this is a cool, like, looking, Also, it makes my face look like it's on fire. Yeah, but I'm not big on pedals for pedal distortion. I prefer just an amp distortion. And, like, anything outboard for effects. Oh, glitch mod. Orange amplifiers are so sick. When, I think it was a rocker verb. When my old band was on tour in Europe, we had to rent gear, and I used a rocker verb, and that was such an amazing, such a tight, distorted tone. Let's see here. I'm not sure what you're asking for, so how much did I make in total from internet sins? You're buzzy here. I'm not sure what that means. Yetis, I think it's like a Yeti is like 120. Pterodactyl, I have a 6505, and I have a Soldano Avenger. Soldano Avenger is, like, in my opinion, like a much better tone, but it doesn't have an effects loop, so if I want to use effects, I have to use the 6505. Or if I want to use multiple channels, like you can't switch channels on the Avenger. It's either you're either on a gain channel or a clean channel. Of course, I'm not sure what you're asking. What do I do outside of YouTube? Samson's asking. I do a lot of background acting on TV shows and stuff. I worked on some this past week. I worked on one show I can't say what it was because they have like a really strict NDA, but I was only working as a stand-in, and some new Netflix show. I did a bunch of Gotham episodes this season. I don't know if you'll ever find me in them. Like, a lot of it is just like a blur in the background type deal, but it's a pretty fun job. What up, Chris G? I mean mine. Do I like Vector? I don't know Vector. Favorite non-Sonic Sega franchise? I feel like it's between Shenmue or Toe Jam and Earl. Yakuza's up there too. Please jam out live. Actually, you know what? I tried doing that on Instagram for a couple times, like just doing, because I have this software on my computer, Guitar Rig, so I get all these kinds of tones. Like, that's what I'm doing with a lot of the guitar videos I do on my guitar channel. I might do like a jam stream or something like that, maybe. Like that one, the way my audio is set up on my computer, I can't use that program and record at the same time or stream at the same time, but I can do it from my phone. Lise Maxwell. Smash Bros. You might still have enough friends at the end of it. Mario Kart, on the other hand, though, yeah. Mario Kart is fucking... I broke controls over that shit. I don't know the band Vector. I know How to Hearts. Hell yeah, 20K. And by the way, I think I already told you about it, but we got that show coming up in April. That's gonna be a good show. Thank you, JSec, for subscribing. I'm gonna keep it. I was telling the other guys in the chat already, I have a few more Tales from the Internet videos and some real-life weird stories coming up. Oh yeah, I also had a few chain letter videos I wanted to do. Like that fucking lobster one. The lobster one, that one is like kind of like popping a little bit too, because it's such a weird, gross story. And a lot of people were asking about Bloatfly Girl because of that one, which I'd forgotten about that one totally until people in the comments started bringing it up. Thanks, Coil. Yeah, dude, I was 15K like earlier in the week. This momentum is insane. Like, I think on some level, like, having seen Nerd City's video about the settings, something might have happened where YouTube suddenly labeled my channel as PG where it was mature before. Scientologist, I mod Genesis and use Streets of Rage as a benchmark. It's probably one of the best soundtracks on the console, I agree. I do not have a vape. Bias VST was memed everywhere. I don't know about that. Fortnite. I did a lot of Fortnite streams a while ago on Twitch. I might get back into it because now like a lot of my real life friends are doing it. And Keely, my dog's name is Remy. She is a girl. I haven't played Shining Force, but like it's one of those things. It's always been on my list of things I should play. Samuel. I hope to get to 100K. Like actually, if my rate of growth were to stay the same that it is right now, I will hit 100K before the end of the year. But it's really unlikely that it keeps like this insane level of momentum that I have right now, but it'd be nice. And actually, there's a new Toe Jam and Earl game coming for Switch. There were some leaks today. There were a bunch of things like in the Switch code or whatever that leaked upcoming games. And one of them is the new Toe Jam and Earl game, which I remember they were doing a Kickstarter to get that. How much? Oh, so I think Corso was asking how much money I made since I've been on YouTube, and honestly, I lost track of that. Like, not that it was like so much of it. It's just that like I would really need to look into my things. But like at the start, like for a long time, I was making like maybe like 30 cents a month. Now I've gotten like I'm hitting the cash out mark on AdSense more regularly than I was. And Simon O'Brien, that's what I see. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about that band Inquisition, but I didn't know what the deal was with that. I guess he's a pedo. All right, then fuck that guy. Yeah, Torture Room. Guitar Rig is good for like getting some like a quick and dirty tone for jamming out. It's good for, to me, it's like an easier situation than setting up a practice amp. I can just like play headphones if I want to. Janun is asking if I'm playing in LA. Honestly, like we're working on some shit. We might be out there before the year is up. Like you didn't hear this from me, but something might be happening in the fall. Yeah, I like Nails. I was listening to them actually a few weeks ago. I was listening to like a lot of that heavy like lo-fi shit like Nails, Zibalba. I was in that mood a few weeks ago. Coil, yeah, Pooey hasn't been doing stuff. It sucks. I had a lot of fun with that band. Those after, holy shit! Like when I was in that band, the after parties, man, Jesus Christ. Cody, I prefer PS4 to Xbox. I don't have an Xbox One, and my 360, the disk drive got fucked up. Although now my PS4, the HDMI output is fucked up. Thankfully, I have a remote play set up. Let's see, Internet Historian. Yeah, he grew fast too. I guess there's just a demand for that kind of stuff. And there's so much shit that like me and historian can like exist and like never necessarily cover the same story as each other or do it differently. 1112. What? I don't know what's happening. Hideo Kojima. Oh man, I love Hideo Kojima. Courier 6. I named myself Wang because that's my actual last name. Yeah, Grant. I don't know how I'm growing so fast either. Like the algorithm just blessed me after I had that one video pop. Oh damn, I must be like way behind. That seeing like people answering it. Let me Harmony Corey, I don't know what that is. Code Orange is fucking sick. I love Code Orange. I miss Canada, Scientologists. I would love to come out there and tour. Thanks for the super chat, Chase. I was actually talking to Bunty King about like hitting up like Montreal and just like chilling. Alright, now I'm caught up here. Yeah, the Cannibal Corpse is my favorite band to see live. It kills me that like the last time they came to New York, I had tickets, but I wound up working way later that day than expected, and like I really needed that overtime, but at the same time I was like, fuck man, like they only come like once a year maybe. Let me see here. Would I do a Dankula video? I did do a Dankula video. My last video was a Dankula video. What do I do for work? Aside from this, I work as a background actor or an extra in TV shows and movies. 6 Feet Under. Like I'm not a big Chris Barnes fan. I think he's funny as fuck on Twitter, but as a vocalist, I think Corpse Grinder is just so many levels above Chris Barnes. Oh, Coil, you were at one of the Irving Plaza shows. What band were you in? Or wait, what's your real name, Coil? I might know you. Someone else. That name sounds really familiar. The original Shadow Warrior games. I think I did. Is there an NES one? I think I played that. If there's an NES Shadow Warrior, I'm pretty sure I played that. What metal genres do I listen to? Pretty much all of them. Like my main stuff, I mostly listen to like the heavier stuff, like a lot of metalcore, a lot of death metal. Lately, I've been in like a big thrash mode too, like a lot of the thrash revival bands. Actually, I was gonna see Municipal Waste with Exodus a few weeks ago, but then the show got canceled due to snow. Power Trip is cool. Havoc, yeah. Favorite memes. I really enjoyed the Crowder meme until everyone fucking killed it. Like that was going, and then like it kind of became a thing where the level of irony to that meme went away, and then people just used it to like write down their actual opinions. Iron Reagan is dope, yeah. Gorilla Biscuits. I actually, you know what? I don't listen to too much of that era of hardcore, but I actually do like Gorilla Biscuits, and I found out about them like years ago. I was like a teenager, and there's this dude just like sitting on his stoop in my neighborhood listening to Gorilla Biscuits. I didn't know what they were. I'm like, yo, that's really cool. What is that? He just told me Gorilla Biscuits. And then I went on Napster and got like the only Gorilla Biscuits song they had on fucking Napster. Oh my god, Iron Rogan. I feel like I need to make a mashup now of like an Iron Reagan song, like maybe Miserable Failure, but with like Joe Rogan quotes. Holy shit, that might be my new project to do. The Harf Machine, I'm familiar with them, but I haven't really checked them out. Circle Takes a Square, that's an older band. I remember them, but that was like a more of a technical band, right? Reddit commentary videos. It depends, man. Like, the Reddit commentary thing, like, if you really, like, contribute some actual legitimate commentary to it, it's pretty cool, but otherwise, it's not that different from, what's her fucking name? That Sniper Wolf kind of shit that I was criticizing a few videos ago, where she basically just reads a BuzzFeed article to you. Shen, Synthwave and Retro Future. I fucking love that shit. Like, when I was making a lot of Twitter videos, like, whenever I make Twitter videos, I'll usually have, like, Laserhawk or Perturbator or some shit like that in there. Gorguts is dope. There was, like, this one, actually, I remember, there was this old website. It might have been on, like, guitar.com or something. They had, a tutorial video with this, it was, like, it was one of the guitar players from Gorguts. And I'll never forget the way he tells, like, he just shows this one crazy chord, and he's like, it's a good chord for the death metal. Like, that's like a line that stuck with me for all those years, and I just randomly quote it, and people have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But it's a good chord. It is a good chord for the death metal. What up, Guy Fieri? Yeah, Perturbator is dope. Gust. Definitely a fan of Gust. What's that other one? Carpenter Brute. I like a little bit of punk. Like, when I was younger, I hated the Misfits. I just couldn't get into their recording quality, but now I listen to them a lot. Night Night, Tiny Tim. Iron Maiden. I like Iron Maiden. I go through phases of really loving Iron Maiden and then kind of getting over them for a while and then getting back into them. I have not heard Anti-Nowhere League, Black Flag. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Damon of Seldzar. Fold up, buddy. I'm not baked as fuck yet. I might go drink somewhere later. As per usual on a Friday. Thank you, Alexandra, for the super chats. I'm a good boy. Thanks, Frazee, watching it. It is a very... my goal is to make the stream as easy, fap to as possible. Chronic Leg, Leftover Crack is pretty cool. Like, that whole crust punk thing, like, it's weird. I can't get down with, like, Smelling Bad as an aesthetic, but some of the actual music is pretty cool. My ethnicity, I'm Korean and German. Oh yeah, that's the thing too. Keely is saying she wants me to come to the UK. After that Count Angula video I made, I don't know if I'll be welcome there anymore. There's actually, what was this, that guy's fucking name? Jonathan Pye or something like that? He made a really good video about that topic. Australian Power Violence. Motionless in White. Yeah, like, they have a few songs I'm really into. I heard, like, Motionless in White, I heard they're really cool dudes. A lot of what they do is not necessarily to my taste, but they do have a few songs. Kidoshi, sometimes, not always, like once in a while. Oh, dude, you know what's funny about George Soros? I like how we got all the stars in here. We got Guy Fieri, we got George Soros, the Poop Scissors. You know what? I saw something going around. It was they were selling a poop knife or some shit like that on it was some fucking Facebook video. Yeah, Korean German. It's an interesting mix. What up, box? Motionless in White, like, they kind of came up when there's like this kind of synth metalcore trend, and they were the only band from that era or from that micro genre that really lasted. Folk punk I never listened to, but I'm not a big acoustic guy. Not so much into the grandpa's guitars. The only guy who's like a heavy acoustic guy that I really got into was Miyavi. Horse the Band, that's a fucking throwback. I was super into Horse the Band for a while. Even though from the videos I saw back in the MySpace days, it looked like they were very sloppy live. Cutsman, that's the fucking classic. Cutsman and Bunnies. I don't know Fiddler. My favorite Pokemon. Let's see, what was that? Pokemon, I'm not sure. Favorite, oh, and religion. I'm like a de facto atheist. Like, I don't disbelieve in God, like, but I don't believe in it. But I feel like it's logically impossible to say there's definitely nothing. I'm on the there's probably nothing side. I do. Primal Mudkip. I do. I haven't heard Boards of Canada, but Aphex Twin Art. I was really into them once again in the whatchamacallit, the MySpace days, I guess you would call it. Back when MTV used to actually play music. Dude, actually, wait. Oh, dude, the fucking immortality rings. I forgot that I said I was gonna show these on the stream. I put them, alright, the immortality rings. Let me turn on this light here. These, I put them on my refrigerator. These are Alex Chu's immortality rings. Here they are. That's like two... He gave me a laminated, like, thank you note, too. I can't find where I put it. But these are the immortality rings. Let me strap these boys in. Alright, so here we go. Alex Chu's immortality rings. They have like, it's two... The magnets are here. You can see they I literally stuck them to my refrigerator. Yeah, they stick together. They're very powerful. Let me not like put them right up on my phone. But then I'll take one here. There's like a clip to tighten them in. They're like supposed to be peaking rings. So here's the thing about Alex Chu's rings, though. And he sent me a message being like, hey, like, try Gorgeous Pill and make a video about it, which I like. The rings are fun, but and it's like, it's nice of him to have sent it to me, but I don't want to consume any chemical that this man sends me. But pretty much, and I've realized, like, part of, like, possibly why he sent them to me, once you get the immortality rings, the letter, like, there's, like, a thank you letter and an instruction letter, and basically the immortality rings don't work, unless, I mean, according to Alex, they don't work unless you also take the Gorgeous Pill formula every single day. So, which leads me to believe that he gives away a lot of these things, and then he's like, oh, well, if you really want them to work, you gotta eat my powder every single day. But yeah, I'm gonna put them back on my refrigerator now. What else do I have on here? I have some Kaiju Big Battle magnets. I have weird fucking magnets. I got some Mario Brothers magnets. I have Alex Chu's immortality rings. Defcon sauces. I'm a big hot sauce guy. A little bit. UFC 205. I went to like a bar event for UFC 205 in Queens. That was the CM Punk one. That was fun to see, like, just get like wrecked with a bunch of people in Queens and watch CM Punk get his shit pushed in. I have not watched Annihilation yet. I have so many movies. I have like movie screeners from being in like being in SAG. So I have like a screener for Get Out. I have what is this? I have Lady Bird. I haven't watched any of these things. Oh, Lakembra's in here. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Actually, this is really cool. Let me show you this. So when they want you to like vote on the SAG Awards, they send like companies will send you screeners to try to be like, hey, check our thing out, vote for us. So I got a box set from Netflix of like it's all of their shows from the season on DVD. It's The Crown, Orange, Glow, Stranger Things 2 on DVD for your SAG Awards consideration. JS, that would be hilarious to me if I did like past Maddox and subs. Like, he's on his way down, so it could very well happen this year. He's plummeting. He's plummeting so hard that he broke Social Blade, and now it won't display his future milestones. Tiago, I am into comics. I was reading Saga, The Walking Dead. I fell behind in everything. And there was, my boy, Minaz. He told me, like, there's this comic series, We Can Never Go Home. I feel like it's one of the best series to come out in a long time. It was a very short run, like 6 issues. Really good. It's like a real-life superhero kind of story. And it was a runaway success. They never expected it to be as popular as it was. I have first prints of all of them, and apparently he's making a new series, or he just put out a new series rather. I watched Scott Pilgrim and I really liked it, but I haven't read the graphic novels. Afterthought, the rent in NYC it's pretty bad. Like, let me put it this way: like, I almost moved from where I'm at now. A few years ago, I wound up not doing it because it would have been a stupid move, but I almost moved to Williamsburg, and I think they were asking for like basically like a closet shared, which actually at the time it still would have been a good deal, like $700 for a room in an apartment shared with 11 other people. I think, like, so that's like some fucking you just arrived from Ellis Island and you live in the tenements kind of thing. I have like, there's 2 other 2 floors that other people live on, but like down here is I'm by myself in this apartment. Samuel Dickinson, oh my god, yo, Williamsburg with Sam Hyde. I show this to every fucking buddy when he's like talking about. $1 Million Extreme did this thing a few years ago, Williamsburg Fashion Week. And I think some of the people he shits on in this, I think I've met some of these people before. But it's one of the funniest things that he's ever done. Doubly so if you're from, or if you live in New York. Leon Kennedy versus Chris Redfield. I prefer Leon as a character, but in a fight, Chris would definitely win. I'm gonna dip in a little while, but thank you guys for hanging on. I'm just gonna see the last of these chats here with you guys. Thank you for watching the entire Tales from the Internet series. We're definitely gonna be adding some more in the coming weeks. Simon O'Brien, yeah, like, if there's anybody at this point that can get away with an actual shooting, it's Sam Hyde. Alright, cool. I think I'm up to the end of them. Yeah, Chris Redfield punched a fucking boulder. Leon Kennedy is going to be no challenge. But anyway, guys, thank you for helping me cross this milestone. Before I go, let me see where I wound up at the end. Hell yeah. 20,095. Thank you guys. I couldn't have done that without you. Anyway, have a good one.